Like I said, it's really heartwarming to know that what we did is still going on. It is a bit of a legacy, and definitely, like, I couldn't be more proud of the work that we did as a club. We did receive an award. There were opportunities for us to share our story and to inspire other people, and more and more people are getting involved, and more people are getting help. So it's just great.
The Rotaract Club of University of Lethbridge, 18 to 30-year-olds, decided that they'd take on a fundraising project for microcredit. And it was never clear where they thought of or found out about microcredit, but we had been traveling around through our district, which is the southern half of Alberta and a little bit of Saskatchewan, talking about microcredit and bringing some of the people who were the beneficiaries of microcredit and some of the coordinators. And so we were in Lethbridge, and I believe that some of the Rotarians and Rotaractors heard those stories about the difference that was being made with microcredit, this revolutionary way to help people help themselves.
I learned that this beautiful young lady by the name of Jennifer from Lethbridge University, she was a Rotaractor, had come up with a wonderful idea of, I think it was a dinner, to come up with money for this project.
At the beginning of the year, the executive got together and we just started brainstorming topics for, like who could be the beneficiary for our dinner and silent auction for the year. And so we just came up with, a big brainstorm list, and one of the top items was microcredit. We had heard a little bit about it, and so we just really latched onto the idea as an executive. And then when we put the options together towards the club, everyone was really attracted to microcredit. So it really just came from a brainstorming session, and we just started researching through our Rotary channels from there, and that's how things kind of blossomed.
So the Rotaract Club decided that they would have a fundraiser, and it was a successful supper. They raised not quite the amount of money they thought they wanted, and so they were a little disheartened.
And unfortunately, she didn't meet her goal, and her heart broke. And the Rotarians from the area learned about this, and they said, well, no, we're going to help her.
My wife circulated the information that was given to them by the Rotaractors from the University of Lethbridge to the 50 or so Rotary clubs in our district, and before she knew it, she had topped up the total amount to $25,000.
And then, of course, after the fact, after we had raised a significant amount of money, we decided to go for a matching grant through the Wild Rose Foundation, or the then Wild Rose Foundation.
Working with the Rotaractor students, they were able to make an application and get the other $25,000 from the government, so that gave them $50,000 that they could then go to Costa Rica to start this project with a feeder pack.
In the meantime, as Ragam, we were looking for a model that we could export to the whole world. Africa, Asia, the Americas. A universal model that could work within reason in every region, culture, and society in the world. And we were working on models, and that's where we thought, well, perhaps we can do the experiment in Costa Rica and help this young lady out. So that's when we got the money. We invested it in a region in the mountains on the west side of San Jose in Costa Rica with a wonderful NGO.
Now, the beauty of that was that it was such a successful program that the students eventually went down to see the project. So some of the students went from here to firsthand see what was going on, which is a very important step, because nothing like ambassadors that have seen the real thing.
And then in our case, one of the conditions for the beneficiary that we chose is that we wanted to visit that location. Rotary International is just that. It's an international organization, and one of the great benefits is that we have Rotarians everywhere. So we really wanted to give our Rotaractors the opportunity to go and have some hands-on experience doing the service work, getting to, really touch and feel and see the impact of the money that we were raising. And so that was that was a key component of our beneficiary and who we chose and the project that we chose.
Muy bien, bueno, yo soy Elías González, soy el director ejecutivo de FeederPack y voy a compartir con ustedes un poco de los datos o el éxito que hemos tenido con la alianza que hemos logrado con los Rotarios. Realmente para FeederPack ha sido un éxito, ya que nos ha permitido beneficiar a través del fortalecimiento en infraestructura, en escuelas, en las mejoras de los acueductos comunales y por supuesto con oportunidad de crédito a más de 8,000 personas de las más vulnerables de este sector en el cual trabaja.
Pues ellos son del Club Rotario, entonces la idea es que conversar un ratito y que nos cuenten, les cuenten a ellos cómo ha funcionado el comité y todo eso.
So I want to know if the community is a better community because it has credit available.
Okay.
And what is that? What is better? Why is it better? The community like?
Okay. Entonces, es lo mismo, ustedes están diciendo que las opciones ahora sí tienen. Eso es.
Exactamente.
Sí. Now they have possibilities. Before it's very, very difficult.
We went a long way up the hill. Jeff, it was like going halfway up that hill to the farm. To where the stuff is.
Es que en cualquier momento ocupan un prestamito pequeñito y ellos no lo mismo a uno.
Para allá hay mucha mandarina, la mandarina es
¿Jocote? ¿Quién era el que no conocía el jocote?
Pat, ¿no es?
How has it changed?
Muy grande, sí, no, el celito que ellos no puedan morder, como aquellos.
So the question is, how has it
No, como
changed
estos.
her business
Okay.
and her life?
Sí, no es,
Okay.
eso sí, digamos.
Yo no.
Ana, gracias.
Jocote.
No, él pregunta
Ajá.
una cosa muy importante que estaba preguntando.
Ajá.
¿Cómo? ¿Hace cuándo tiene el proyecto? Es
Ajá.
en qué, claro, es muy poco tiempo para hablar de una
Ajá.
mejora,
Ajá.
pero la pregunta es, ¿en qué te ha beneficiado la oportunidad que te dio FeederPack en términos del préstamo?
Bueno, digamos, a mí me ha beneficiado porque hay momentos que digamos que el árbol necesita la asistencia y yo en ese momento no he tenido la plata. Entonces, digamos, eso es lo que a mí, o sea, me ha ayudado porque yo he podido mantener la planta, digamos, sana, tal vez no tan sanita porque ya estamos en tiempos de... Pero sí me ha ayudado en, digamos, en eso, a que la planta se prepare para la cosecha.
Bueno.
Para explicarles a ellos. She said the plant need assistance, need
What is it they put on
una
it?
gala hay que poner otro producto más.
¿Qué es?
Así.
Cal.
Cuando está la cosa,
Cal.
cada
Cal.
15 días se pone
Cal.
y
Cal.
después cada mes.
do you remember in the football team you put
Chalk. Chalk.
for mark?
This is chalk.
Calcium, yeah, I think
Calcium.
Hay un producto muy bueno.
Certainly environmentally friendly.
Lime.
¿Y eso que eso se injerta en cualquier tiempo? ¿En qué, dónde vive usted? Disculpe.
Yo conozco.
¿En la escuela?
Yo conozco estos lugares.
¿Ustedes quieren mandarina?
¿Para qué más?
Tangerines.
Sí.
Ah,
Yo conozco estos lugares.
Bueno, aquí hay una mandarina.
Mandarina.
It's really good with sour.
¿Tienes sal? Así está bien, gracias.
Tastes sweet. With salt for
Pero no. ¿Sabe qué pasa?
and they make wine out of it.
A ellos no les gustaron los verdes.
No,
Le
me
gustaron
gusta
los
It's kind of heartwarming, and it's just really good to know that, you know, the work that we did back then is still doing good. And really, I think I think microcredit in general is a really good example of what Rotary does in the world kind of every day. And there was a really great response to, I was speaking to a Rotarian one time, and he was once asked, you know, what do you do? And he said, well, Rotary does good in the world. And I thought that was just the absolute perfect answer, and I think microcredit is a really great example of how, you know, Rotary does good in the world, and it's not just today, and it's, you know, it's not just one day, it's not, you know, 5 days, it's not just 5 years, it's perpetual, and, you know, it's sort of never ending, and that was one of the things that really struck us and caught us.
We put the model to test, and it came out as a wonderful thing, and Jennifer got a project going, and the rest is history.
Mhm.